So good morning everyone. So we are recording this report so you guys can just look at it once again after we recorded this. So our report is all about how the society influences our development as persons. So I am Marc Andre Bermundo and I am presenting with Christian Kennedy Guinto, Miguel Galvez, and John Vincent Aniano. Next slide, please. So the contents of our report is all about norms and laws, folkways, social roles and institutions, and the summary of this lesson. So, as members of the society, we learn, we interact, we exercise our freedom, and we follow common beliefs, traditions, and norms or standards. Next slide, please.
Good morning, everyone. So, for the norms and traits, norms are a set of traits and behaviors that society considers good and acceptable. The society expects us to behave the way it is used. When we do not obey to the established norms, then we experience punishments for not doing so. So, basically, social norms are unwritten rules that needs to be followed in a specific culture or a group. For instance, pag nagsuot ka ng sando or pambahay sa simbahan, it may be offensive to people na religious, pero hindi siya against the law. Merong iba't ibang types ng social norms, mores, taboos, laws, and folkways. Mores are the essential or characteristic customs and conventions of a community. Example nito ay siguro hindi acceptable na mag-drive at 90 miles per hour sa isang residential area, mga ganun. Tas yung hindi rin acceptable yung drugs sa abusive drugs, ganun. Yung abuse in drugs. Tapos, taboos. Taboos are a social or religious custom prohibiting or forbidding discussion of a particular practice or forbidding association with a particular person, place, or thing. Example nito ay yung mga religious people na Muslim. Yung religion ng Muslim na they forbid eating pork. Tapos sa Western cultures, they value youth. Tapos yun, mga iba pa. Moreover, laws are made to provide us proper guidelines to sustain peace and order. So, ang violation ng law, it means punishment. So, basically, ang law ay rules na process or a system of rules that regulates the actions of the people in a community. At kung hindi ito nasunod, magkakaroon ng consequences. Ang example ng law ay bawal magnakaw o magbenta ng drugs. Then, the punishment will depend kung gaano kalala. Pwedeng sobrang tagal na jail or lifetime na jail. On the other hand, folkways are traditional in nature and do not result in punishment if not followed. So, the folkways will be further discussed by the next reporter. Thank you po.
Now, folkways. Folkways are behaviors that are learned and shared by a social group that we often refer to as customs in a group that are not morally significant, but they can be important for social acceptance. Each group can develop different customs, but there can be customs that embrace at a larger societal level. So, folkways. In our country, so there are a lot of ethnocentric tribes that are accustomed to certain traditions. So these are the folkways. So for example, the folkways of the Igorot people in the Mountain Province are different from those people in Mindanao. For example, the Tausogs and the Tibulis. So in comparison, they are different in their language that they are using and in their ways of clothing and the traditions that they are doing, especially in literature. For example, an epic from the Igorots is different in the content and the structure from the contents of an epic from the Tibulis or the Tausubs. So, as said here, each group can develop different customs, but there can be customs that are embraced at a larger societal level. So, this can go on to the Filipino community. So, for example, sa atin, sa NCR, may mga tradisyon tayo na ang ginagawa is pare-pareho tayo ng pagrespeto or pagtingin. Sabihin natin sa religion wise sa mga Roman Catholic. Sa mga Roman Catholic may mga fiesta yan sila. Sa mga fiesta, may kita ng mga tao yan na ganito may fiesta. So ayun, makikiselebrate sila or ganon. Same din sa mga ibang religion. So mostly religions nakaka-affect din siya sa mga folkways. For example, sa mga religion, pag ang mga Muslim natin, Muslim brothers and sisters natin, kunwari may holiday sila, kunwari Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha. So automatic niyan sa government natin set sila ng holiday para doon, para mapansin yung pagdiriwang nila doon sa anong sense ng Eid al-Fitr or Eid al-Adha. Same din sa mga ibang religions. Pare, pag Christmas season. So, pag sa Christmas season, dumarami yung holidays kasi yung pagtingin ng Pilipino doon sa mga folkways na yun, nilalagay din nila in high regard. So, kung sa isang religion may ganito, nagsaset sila ng holidays, and marami din yung mga tao na under that religion, magsaset sila ng holidays, lalo na sa mga local government units natin. So, next slide.
So, social roles and institution. Social roles are set of connected behaviors expected to a certain person. Individuals with common or similar roles are grouped together to form social groups, and eventually the different social groups would become social institutions that include our family, school, government, and others. So the person and society are inseparable. One cannot exist without the other. So in short, it is a two-way relationship that binds both the person and society for growth and development. We have our own individual assigned social roles in the society. Next. So, social roles are a socially defined pattern of behavior that is expected of person who occupy a certain social position or belong to a particular social category. Social roles are the part that people play as members of a social group or society. With each role, you adapt your behavior. So, with each role, you adapt your behavior changes for you to fit the expectations both you and the others have. So, in sociology, there are different categories of social roles. Cultural roles, which is the roles given by culture. Social differentiation, situation-specific roles, biosociological roles, and gender roles. Next. Social institution. Social institutions are mechanisms or patterns of social order focused on meeting social needs. A social institution consists of a group of people who have come together for a common purpose. These institutions are a part of the social order of society, and they govern the behavior and expectation of individuals. These institutions are a part of social orders. These institutions provide everyone all needed social and cultural transmission through which they can grow and develop. So the 5 major social institutions are family. The family provides The family is an intimate domestic group made up of people related to one another by bonds of blood or legal ties. Next is government, which the institution that entrusted with making and enforcing the rules of society. Education, it is the institution that consists of roles and norms that ensures the transmission of knowledge. Then the economy, this is the institution that provides for the production and distribution of goods and services. And lastly, religion, it is a set of beliefs that serves to bind the people together through worships. Next.
So now, let's head for some more. First is norms. So norms are the way of behaving that are considered normal in particular society. So yung norms, importante ito sa mga tao kasi ito ay ang umaayos ng ugali nila. Kasi kung wala ang norms, there's a chance na lahat ng tao sa isang syudad ay magkakagulo. Yung norm, okay, magkakagulo. So, and also, there's a chance na kumina ang community development ng isang particular lugar. Wala ang norms. So naman, Poko is a traditional behavior or way of life of a particular community or group of people. So in folkway, aside sa norms, folkway hindi siya masyadong strict. Sa kang INC, kasali ka sa INC, yung religion mo. Lahat ng iba sa classroom nyo, pinapray kayo. Ikaw INC ka. So, okay for you na hindi ka sumali sa prayer nila. Kasi iba yung culture sa religion nyo. At across, ganon. So, yun. So, it's okay. Man. So, yun yung folkway. So, let's go for the social roles and social institutions. So, yung dalawang yan, they're the same. Walang kakaiba sa nila. Social roles and social institution are the part of people play as a member in a social group. Right. So, social role and social institution, they have two structures. So those are the roles and status. So for you guys, para sa inyo, para mas maintindihan nyo pa mas lalo yung differentiate ng dalawa. Itong sample ko is about a team, basketball players. So yung status nila, ito yung basketball, ito yung team. Yan, status nila yan. Team sila. Yan yung status nila. So yung role nila, in order to achieve their goal, is to play as a team. So yun yung role. So differentiate. So status, yun yung tawag sa group of people or ano. And sa roles naman, yun yung mga act. Kaya yung sinabi ko sa kanina. Yun yung best team in order to win.
So, for example, tayo. So, sabihin natin na yung province natin ay iba doon sa province ng kakilala mo. So, magkakaroon ng gap or differences doon sa pagkakaiba nyo sa kinalakayan yung society. So, pwedeng ma-imply dito na lahat ng tao ay magkakaiba at yung kinalakayan nila ay magkakaiba rin. So, sabihin natin, pwede rin yan by generation. So, sabihin natin, iba yung kinalakihan ng mga magulang natin sa mga lolo-lola natin. And same rin yun sa ano yung kinalakihan natin sa mga magulang natin. So, ganon. Pwede rin masabi na yung sa society, kunwari, galing kang probinsya, tapos yung isang mga kakilala, born sa city. So, magkakaroon din kayo ng pagkakaiba sa mga traditions nyo or yung cultures nyo. So, it all depends on kung ma-appropriate nyo yung isa't isa na intindihan yung mga sides nyo sa kinalakayan nyo. So, yun yung summary ng report namin. So, that's all. Thank you.